Anybody with any common sense knows that was a planned job.
Planned by who?
The Dems.
The left, the deep state.
Obama is involved in this.
You think Obama set up the assassination attempt?
I think he surely knew about it.
It's the Dems, the FBI, the Special Service.
Does it surprise you to hear that it was a disgruntled white guy Republican?
No, because you know what? We'll never know why he was picked.
It's kind of the perfect cover.
Exactly. They could have gotten a disgruntled black guy, and I'm not being. I no problem. And they could have gotten a disgruntled black female. But no, they picked the disgruntled
white guy who's into guns at a Trump rally. It's like a Where's Waldo situation.
Yes.
I think people on both sides can agree that was a horrific moment in our history.
It was.
Do you believe the things you hear?
Oh, no, I don't.
I think that was a planned job. Anybody with any common sense knows that was a planned job.
Planned by who?
The Dems.
The left, the deep state.
Obama is involved in this.
You think Obama set up the assassination attempt?
I think.
Good morning, good afternoon, and welcome to Dreamy Dreamland with your Sensei Bob. That's me. Here it is, sometime in the afternoon. The show will probably last, I don't know, somewhere around 40 minutes. Yeah, 6 o'clock. I'll probably get around 7-ish. But anyway, I had a nice little show earlier this morning. We talked about something as batshit as that, you know. So, guys, anyone who gets caught up in all this, right, who believes, first of all, don't believe a word I say. I'm just a stand-up comedian. I'm not quite as good as Jimmy Dore, but, you know, I'm just here for laughs and giggles. It'd be nice, you know, if you gave me some thumbs up, if you subscribed, want to get a hold of me, the dudeawake42 at Gmail, dudeawake42 at Gmail. I hope Jamie shows up because he left a nice little message. But, you know, here's our boy. This guy sends me, I send this guy stuff and he sends me this stuff. No video. Let's see, what's it say? According to the Torah and the Goram, the golden calf, Hebrew, right, was a cult image made by Israelites when Moses went up to the mount, right? You remember that in the movie, right? And does anybody know? Oh, let's ask Google. You know, this is our new God right here, Google. Okay. Wikipedia. Yeah. Boop 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 boo. Keep going. Keep going. Ark of the Covenant. See, I didn't even need. I see my brain still works. Ark of the Covenant. Let's see. Ark of the Covenant. Ark of the Covenant is a large golden chest that is said to have held a stone tablet. Show more. With 10 commandments in the Hebrew Bible. The Ark is also known as the Ark of God, testimony, considered the most sacred object. Israel, the Ark is, and basically the Ark was a energy weapon. You know, the thing that the Israelites could back up their political and military aspirations was with the Ark. They would carry the Ark of the Covenant on this wooden carriage and set it down in front of their enemy, open up the thing, and they'd all be dead. That's the Ark of the Covenant. According to Hebrew Bible, Israelites built the Ark, and they didn't build it. It's made by God. In the Sinai Desert, after fleeing Egypt, The ark moved around frequently, but eventually settled in the ancient Israel, where it rested in the Holy Holies. See, the Holy of Holies is what a part of the temple, right? God gave these real strict architectural drawings of what he wanted his house to be. Atonement, the Day of Atonement, the Levites, right? Let's go back to These are three sisters I used to date. They were always very pleasant, you know. Let's see what my wife used to call me, Mr.
I can answer none of your questions this time.
All right, Spy. Whatever your game is, I'll play it. You want credits, I'll give them to you. You'll be a rich man. Command of your own. I can swing that too.
Apparently, some kind of transposition has taken place. I find it extremely interesting.
Spy. What is it that will buy you? Power.
Fascinating.
Fascinating. Power.
I can get that for you.
There's Jim on the other side.
Is that it?
Is that what?
We've just met and we're going to go and look at a flat.
Problem?
We don't know a thing about each other. I don't know your name. We know where we're meeting.
I know you're an art doctor. You've recently visited home from Afghanistan. I know you've got a brother with a bit of money who's worried about you, but you won't go to him for help because you don't approve of him, possibly because he's an alcoholic, more likely because he recently walked out on his wife.
This
Your
is me.
therapist thinks you're limp psychosomatic, quite correctly, I'm afraid. There's enough to be going on with, don't you think? The name's Sherlock Holmes, and the address is 221B Baker Street. Afternoon.
Is that it?
Is that what?
We've just met and we're going to go and look at a flat.
Problem?
We don't know a thing about each other. I don't know your name. I don't even know where we're meeting.
I know you're an army doctor. You've recently been invalided home from. I know you've got a brother with a bit of money who's worried about you, but you won't go to him for help because you don't approve of him, possibly because he's an alcoholic, more likely because he recently walked out on his wife. I know your therapist thinks you're limp psychosomatic, quite correctly, I'm afraid. There's enough to be going on with, don't you think? The name's Sherlock Holmes.
That's not my name.
Address
Al
is
Bob.
221B
Al Bob's
Baker
the
Street.
name.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Okay, we're getting close. I miss the good old days of television. This was a great movie.
Here is an important bulletin from the Ministry of Love. Tonight, Big Brother ordered the re-arrest of the arch traitors Jones and Rutherford.
Once a traitor, always a traitor. Would you like another gin? No, thank you. What's the matter? Don't you feel well?
I have a headache. I think I'll skip the community center tonight.
This week, the number of entrants in the Big Brother Victory Lottery has exceeded all previous records. And after deducting the usual percentage for the Bond Areas Fund, the gross
proceeds to be distributed as prizes are the greatest since the inception of this lottery. Here are the results, as they were drawn by the hand of Big Brother himself from the millions of numbers. The first prize, higher than ever before, goes to 634921. The second prize, also larger than in any previous week, goes to number 81346294.
Kind of reminds you of today. This made in the 50s, this movie.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
Remember me? You're the gentleman that bought that old diary.
Yes. I was just passing by. I looked in. I was wondering if you might have anything else in which I'd be interested. Do you mind if I look around?
Not at all. Oh, that's coral, that is. That probably came from the Indian Ocean. Look. They used to embed it in glass like that. Oh, it must be 100 years old, or more.
It's a beautiful thing.
Yes, it is a beautiful thing. Not beauty as we understand it today, of course. It serves no useful purpose. But then, I'm an old man.
How much is it?
I could let you have it for 15 shillings.
Have you changed?
Yes. Thank you. Oh, there's another room upstairs. There's not much in it, just a few pieces. Perhaps you would care to see it.
Yes, I'd like to.
I'll lead the way. We lived here until my wife died. I'm selling off the furniture little by little.
There's no telescreen here.
Of course not. It's a people's area.
I know, but it seems strange. That's an interesting picture.
It was a church. Do you know that word?
Yes, there were still churches when I was a child. You must have been a grown man before I was born. You can remember what it was like in the days before the revolution.
Yes.
You can remember the oppression and the injustice and the poverty back in the 50s.
Vaguely.
I'm keeping you from...
Well, you have a look around. Oh, excuse me. Good evening.
Good evening. I saw some things in the window and wanted to have a closer look.
Anything in particular?
No. You seem to have some interesting things.
I doubt if I have anything of interest to a young lady like yourself.
Do you have many customers?
Alas, no. The antique business is just about finished.
Do many out-of-party members come here?
Why should they? Ah, there you are. Your change.
Thank you.
Your paperweight.
Department.
What is your business in the people's area?
I had a headache. I thought if I got a little air.
When did you leave work?
1800 hours.
It's now 2200. Report tomorrow morning at 800 hours to court administration. Six 748 Smith W.
This is what it's like at Social Security.
You took a rather long walk last night? Yes. Did it help your headache? I don't have one this morning. Perhaps you've been working too hard. I don't think so. Find your job at the records department to exactly. No. What do you do, Smith? I revise history. That's an unfortunate way of putting it. What you actually do is to rectify speeches and wrongly reported incidents, isn't it? Yes. Tell us how great the need is for establishing newspeak as the official language as soon as possible. In the new dictionaries issued, there'll be less danger of calling things by their wrong names.
This is going to be fun. This is the time we're moving into, kids. We're already there, but we don't know it.
Things by their wrong names.
Whoops.
This is the man, the leader of the underground, who betrayed our glorious revolution and would betray Big Brother.
Enough. Come on.
Underground betrayed our glorious revolution.
Yes.
How I knew you'd be against them. And touch each other.
People, the arch traitor, criminal.
Able to deal with this matter here in your own ministry. And to the regulations in the future. That's how great the need is for establishing newspeak.
Who are you?
6748 Smith W.
Where do you work?
In the Ministry of Truth.
Which department?
The Records Department.
What is your business in the people's area?
I had a headache. I thought if I got a little air.
When did you leave work?
1800 hours.
It's now 2200. Report tomorrow morning at 800 hours to court administration.
That was a robot. All the police soon will be robots. They just don't know it.
Six 748 Smith W.
You took a rather long walk last night? don't have one this morning. Have you been working too hard? I don't think so. You find your job at the records department too exacting. No. What do you do, Smith? I revise history. That's an unfortunate way of putting it. What you actually do is to rectify speeches and wrongly reported incidents, isn't it? Yes. Shows how great the need is for establishing newspeak as the official language as soon as possible. When the new dictionary is issued, there'll be less danger of calling things by their wrong names. Did you visit any of the shops in the People's area last night? No. Did you speak to anyone? No. Did you see any other member of the outer party on your walk? No. You know the party disapproves of its members mixing with the people? Yes. You consider that unreasonable? No. 6748, you're a member of a privileged class, expected to accept restrictions as well as privileges. I had hoped we might be able to deal with this matter here in your own ministry. But your explanations are inadequate. This report will be forwarded to the Ministry of Love for further action. I think we can deal with it here. You're warned to pay strict attention to the regulations in the future. You can return to your department.
Really, I don't even know what happened here. I guess I didn't like you guys
6748.
saying. There you are. Okay.
Who are you? 67 Smith, W. Where do you work? In the ministry. Area. I had a headache. I thought if I got a little air. When did you leave work? 1800 hours. It's now 2200. Report tomorrow morning at 800 hours to court administration.
There we go. Seems to work. Anybody there?
6748 Smith W.
6748 Smith W. Stephen something.
You took a rather long walk last night? Yes. Did it help your headache? I don't have one this morning. Have you been working too hard? I don't think so. You find your job at the records department too exacting. No. What do you do, Smith? I revise history. That's an unfortunate way of
Revise history.
What you actually do is to rectify speeches and wrongly reported incidents, isn't it? Yes. Shows how great the need is for establishing newspeak as the official language as soon as possible. When the new dictionary is issued, there'll be less danger of calling things by their wrong names. Did you visit any of the shops in the People's area last night? No. Did you speak to anyone? No. Did you see any other member of the outer party on your walk? No. You know the party disapproves of its members mixing with the people? Yes. You consider that unreasonable? No. 6748, you're a member of a privileged class, expected to accept restrictions as well as privileges. I had hoped we might be able to deal with this matter here in your own ministry. Your explanations are inadequate. This report will be forwarded to the Ministry of Love for further action. I think we can deal with it here.
Ministry of Love.
You're warned to pay strict attention to the regulations in the future. You can return to your department.
This is before the days of cubicles. Here they are there.
Directive number 424B.
6748 Smith W. Reference Big Brother's Order, Gazette, November 12, 1983. Since the Eurasian offensive has opened in South India, it is impossible that Big Brother predicted this front would remain quiet. Rewrite entire speech. Show that through our magnificent espionage system, Big Brother had prior knowledge of all the enemy's plans.
Fact numbers Gazette, November 12th, 1983.
Signed 6127S. The following men have been found guilty of treason and no longer exist. Conrad Zarlinger, Gordon Prentice, Harold Cho. Delete all reference to them from the Gazettes of January 2nd, 8th, and 26th.
Fact numbers Gazette, January the 2nd, 8th, 26th.
What have you got there, Smith?
This photograph was between the pages of the Gazette.
What photograph?
Jones and Rutherford. They confessed to aiding the underground and being in Eurasia during Hate Week. But here it says...
What are you talking about, Smith? I don't see any photograph. No photograph of the traitors Jones and Rutherford exists, does it?
No. The system is not perfect. Sometimes there are errors.
Attention, comrades. Take your places for the 2-minute haste.
Kind of looks like a political rally, don't you think? 2-minute hate. Yes. Isn't this a lovely world we're going to have that's already here? Started back in 1942.
We are at war with the people of Eurasia, the vile and ruthless aggressors who have committed countless atrocities and who are guilty of every bestial crime a human being can commit. They have laid waste our land, destroyed our factories, looted our homes, massacred our children, and raped our women. They have tortured and killed the wounded and prisoners, contriving lingering and horrible deaths for those who fall into their hands. While our gallant forces are engaged in a life and death struggle, we face on the home front an enemy who is far more dangerous. One of our own people, the arch-traitor Clapper. This is the man, the leader of the underground, who betrayed our glorious revolution and would betray Big Brother. The man whose agents sabotaged our glorious 9-year plan, who retards our progress and tells our military secrets to the enemy. He is trying to tell you that Big Brother has betrayed you into fighting a war against Eurasia that you can never hope to win. He says the Eurasians are good, kind people. They do not want war. They want peace. He actually begged you to make peace with your brothers of Eurasia.
Boy, that felt pretty good, didn't it?
gave its permission this morning. What did they choose for you? Comrade Bendon, the Victory Orations Department. Oh. Of course, politically, he's perfect. If our medical grades match, they're arranging meeting next week.
Oh, Smith, there's a seat here. Smith, you haven't given me your contribution.
Which one is that?
The Hate Week.
Oh, just a minute.
We're making an all-out effort, going to put on a tremendous show. Now, who else hasn't paid? Oh, Syme here.
Already we've broken down the family as a unit and made it an extension of the thought police. Spies have trained children to put loyalty to the party first, without any consideration for their parents.
What time do you finish work?
1830. Our next step is the complete abolition of the old-fashioned conception of love between man and woman. This energy must be diverted.
Where shall we meet?
Victory Square, the monument. Men and women will be
What time?
1900 hours. Within 100 years from now, the sexual impulse will exist only as a symbol of duty towards the party.
In a few seconds, Eurasian prisoners will be passing through Victory Square. These are the evil men whose ruthless lust for power has threatened to destroy the civilized world. Men who preferred war, but already they are beginning to learn the mistake they have made as they encounter the might of Oceania. Glorious army is sweeping back the invading hordes of Eurasians. The figures of prisoners taken is the biggest since the war began. Chance, comrades, to let them hear the voice of Oceania. There we are!
Kind of looks like a Trump rally, don't it? Or maybe a Cammy rally.
Can you hear me? Sunday afternoon. Go to South Meadow from Central Station. Cross the bridge and follow the river for a half a mile until you come to a fallen tree. Wait for me in the grove. I'll get there by another boat. Can you remember that?
kind of looks like my deep green. This guy kind of looks like me when I was young.
Hello. We're all right. There's no microphone here.
It takes a little while to realize you're not being overheard.
Or watched. We can look at each other now and not be afraid.
We can say whatever we like to each other.
We can even touch each other. If we want to.
You know, I don't even know your name.
Julia. And yours is Winston.
How'd you know that?
But I want to find something out. I have ways. It took me ages to get that message to you.
I thought you were spying on me when you came into that shop.
You thought I was a good party member. Pure in word and deed.
That's why I was afraid of you. You know, I hated you and I wanted to kill you. That's what Big Brother's done to us all. Made us hate and fear each other. How did you know I wasn't a good party member?
Something in your face. Somehow I knew you'd be against them. It'll be safe here once or twice again. Then we'll have to go somewhere else.
Eventually they'll find us out. I won't let you take that risk for me.
I'm not doing it for you. I'm doing it for myself. If you keep the big rules, it's safe to break the little ones.
You've been here before, haven't you?
Yes. Does that shock you?
No.
They're afraid of love. Because love makes a world they can't control. And it's a world worth taking risks for, isn't it?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. I think you should go look that up on the YouTube and watch this on your own, Nicole. What time is it? So, that's why I keep saying love is all there is, right? And all the rest is illusion. So, what's truly interesting is, from my experience and what I've done over the almost century, is that the people who project that they're in power, that they are in control, the hidden hand, the Hail Hydra, whatever, they don't really pull the string. Basically, we were made by a higher power. We are that higher power. We are not our bodies. We are invincible and we are live forever. This body doesn't. And this body's not invincible. So you have to learn to love every moment that you exist. Because when you live every moment you exist, all the other kind of oppressive things, they can't really hurt you. They can be annoying at worst. They can be annoying, right? And once you put that annoyance, behind you, right? All you have in front of you is love's co-creation, right? It'd be nice if there were some of you who wanted to say something about this. Again, hit that like button. become a subscriber. Tell more people about this. Get more people to subscribe. Watch this with your friends. Have a Sensei Al Bob YouTube party. And then talk about the stuff I just kind of bramble on about, right? And it's something that is precious. It's called love's co-creation. And I've been very blessed to have it in my life. I mean, I've been murdered a number of times, tortured, um, put in really stressful positions, but it never really, I always knew God had my back, and God is an irrelevant term, the co creator of love. God's a 3-letter word, you know. And maybe I'll just say dog. The dog had my back, that's God. God spelled backward is dog, right? Just like evil spelled backward is to live, right? So um, you can be scared of life or you can embrace life, right? Um, and if you embrace life, that means you embrace living, right? And that means you're not being evil, which is such a waste of time. And the best I can do is feel um, empathy for all that we're suffering now, all those in Darfur, all those people who are in Africa, and all those people in the Strip, and all those people in Ukraine, and all those people who are in, Sierra Leone, and all the other war, and also places that are suffering, like Venezuela and Central America. And you don't have to in that scene in that thing. Hate, I hate. You know, there's a because we live in these little avatar bodies, and our emotions are chemically manifested. Um, we can be led astray, right? And so fear and anxiety cause rates of cortisol that rise, and then adrenaline rushes, and that kind of angst that you feel is a dare, very, very, very insecure and insignificant substitute for love. Love is the highest feeling. Hate and fear are the lowest, right? They really don't exist. They just are manifestations of ego's illusion that kind of tweaks the biologics of our avatar. And there's so much. Go on YouTube and go on my channels. There's so much information there of people who have left notes and make comments. There is a theologian that 009 left a few days ago. I tried to find it, but the closest I came to is that that's Big Brother video. Anyway, so uh, let's see what happens if I do this. And that was a good image of kind of like the valley below me where I live. And when I walk through it, I don't feel gloomy, right? I'll have to go back and see if that worked. And that if that worked, I'm gonna do more about the Combat Veterans React. Let's see what that's like. Doesn't that sound a lot like that Big Brother video right there? I mean, see the kind of connections. I really don't know how much more. Well, I'm just going to keep making these videos because whether you listen to them or don't, or any of the above, it is a shamanic ceremony that I do to bring love's co-creation into one love, and that is to show all that who can see. You know, eyes for those who have eyes to see, ears to hear, and hearts to feel. You can understand where we're at, right? Same as it always been. So it's not that scary. It's nothing new. You guys can work through this, right? So, but I'm gonna go. I'm actually kind of falling asleep here, and so I'm gonna call it a day, and hopefully see you soon, and talk to you later. Oops. Let's see. Oh, I'm so have to do that first, and then I have to do that.